Good Tuesday morning. How are you this morning? I am absolutely wonderful. It is cold out this morning. So thankful for heaters. So thankful for heater cushion butts and all that. I just really appreciate it. But it's like 43 when I was coming into work this morning. Beautiful 43, but it was cold this morning. So dress appropriate today and tomorrow. There is cold shelters open today and tomorrow. So I put out some information about that earlier today and working on stuff around here. Going to go get my blood work done this morning. Nothing's wrong, but I'm changing insurance. So trying to get all that end of the year stuff taken care of. Got my list and checking it off twice and taking care of it. And yesterday I got so much done here at WAPN. I love it when I just have a list. It's so exciting for me to push through it, get through it, and get her done. And I'm a goal person. I am not a New Year's resolution person. I just don't do those. I do goals. And so today, like I said, I'm going to run get my blood work done. I'm stopping by my daughter's shop and going to take care of my room. I have a room at her shop. I'm going to take care of some stuff there. Then I'm going to go help a friend out. And so a great day ahead. Pastor will not be here today for prayer line. It's a weird week here. It's like vacation 2.0. Half the businesses are open, half the businesses are closing weird. It's just 2 weeks of weird hours and weird things. So I'm kind of enjoying being weird hours and weird things. So working around everybody's schedules and stuff and doing it, and just appreciation of life. Thankful to my husband. Pressure washed yesterday. Our house looks, not that our house ever looked dirty or anything. My husband's so good about taking care of all that stuff. But it just looks, I drive up, and I guess because you smell the bleach, and it just looks so clean. And he did all my sidewalks. And I just love it when he's doing these honeydew projects around the house. And I appreciate him and then the guys so much for taking care of stuff. So today they're going to do other people's stuff, and I think they're doing our edging around our house. So I really appreciate it. And just loving the fact that God is so good. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my ability. I'm thankful for being strong. I'm thankful for a great job. Thankful to be juggling. Had to make some big decisions on some things in my life. And so I did resign from one organization and going to go into the new year with more focus and do what I do and do it well. Sometimes you get so busy doing 8 things that you don't do the one thing really well. And so that is something important to me. And I'm super excited about next Tuesday. So I'm putting it out there now because, this is one of my favorite days of the year. We are going to do the recap of Volusia County Women That Care. They gave away over $150,000 in 2025. Wow. Going back into our community for nonprofits. I just love being part of that organization. I love to see what the people are doing. I love a recap. So what we do now, once a year, as the new year starts, we invite the people of 2025 or whatever year it is back in, and we re-ask the question: when you won the money, what you thought you were going to do, and what did you actually do with it? And I love hearing that, and I love how life-changing a group of people here in Volusia County, like-minded people, have put it out there and changed lives. We have some amazing nonprofits in our area. I have learned so much about the different nonprofits in our area, and I'm so thankful to be partnering with them and getting to do things. I hear we're going to get to do a build later on this year, and just different things that are neat and fun and encouraging and exciting. And so I'm going into the new year, drawing a line in the sand and saying, okay, God, what are we going to do this year? And I love that, because if you know, I love to volunteer. I love the food drops. I do. I just love the food drops and being able to calculate and add and figure out. I'm a numbers person, so that is fun. I love, like I said, meeting the different nonprofits in our area. WAPN is a nonprofit, and what that means is we are listener supported. And so we don't get these big grants or anything like that. We do not even apply for grants. And the reason why we do not even apply for grants is because we want to be the praying radio station. and we want to not be governed by anything. So we are totally listener and ministry supported. And so when I say that, the people that have programs on the WAPN, they sponsor their airtime. So I appreciate each and every one of you that sponsor your airtime, and then the over and above. So like the listener that donates the once a month challenge, or the end of the year challenge, or the dollars, the fives, the hundreds, whatever. That's how we stay on the air. So shout out to all of you ministries, you pastors, you individuals, you listeners that keep WAPN on the air. 40 years. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, I just looked around and just in awe what God is doing here at WAPN. And I just want to thank each and every one of you. Shane is constantly, figuring out ways to save money, which I really appreciate. We just changed all of our internet around here. And we're constantly doing things. And so if you'd like to donate to WAPN, end of the year, you got 2 days left to help this nonprofit. You can bring it by the radio station, 1508 State Avenue in Holly Hill. If I'm not here, there is a mail drop. Just throw it to that mail drop, and I will get your dollars, your fives, your hundreds, your thousands, whatever. Or you can go over to our website, WAPN.net, and give right there. But thank you for everybody that has kept WAPN going this year, on the air this year, and thriving this year. Something neat about WAPN, and it's something biblical, and you should do it, is the amount of money that's given to WAPN. We do tithe off of that also back into our community. So the different things that we're participating in, the different adventures we do. We did a huge shoe drop right here in our parking lot last year. That was so much fun. Helped over 500 people and several organizations with shoes. I love doing that. I don't know what our thing is this year. I always ask God, okay, God, what are we doing? And I wait on him to tell me what we're doing. But I know that the year before we did lots of food drops right here in our parking lot, and that was exciting. So I don't know what he's going to do this year, but it's always something with giving back into the community. We had a great time doing the pizzas with several different ministries in this town and individuals. When the hurricane happened, we got a whole bunch of pizzas and went into areas that had been flooded and just gave away food. And that was special. So we're always looking to partner with other nonprofits and partner with people in this town and make a difference. So I'd love to hear your ideas of what do you think would be a fun thing to do. It's always something community related. I love our community. I love, Holly Hill. I'm so thankful that our chief of police comes in here every month and encourages us about our little city. We're a little city in between Ormond Beach and Daytona Beach, right in the middle. But we're a powerhouse. I mean, we are a powerhouse. I don't know how to explain it, but I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I love our little city. It's got its quirks, of course, but it's a special little city. I love right now that we're doing the Kindness Act, and encouraging people to be kind and to make a difference and do things. It's not that hard, people, to be kind. It really isn't. And I encourage you to do the kind things. I like to try every day to do something kind. And once you get in that habit and you form that habit, it's easier to do things out and about and where you're going. And I'm a project kind of girl, if you don't know that about me. So I got some projects planned for the next couple days and excited. I just am so excited. So God has been gracious to me this year, and he's sustained my health, and he's sustained my energy, and he's just really pushed me forward on a lot of things. And, sometimes you look back and you go, should I have done that, or wouldn't I? And I can honestly look back at 2025 and say, but God, but God, but God. It was totally God that held me together, held WAPN together. Did the things, the desires of my heart. I was so excited about the YouTube thing, and that was something I wanted, and God did it in 2025. Excited about training everybody on this podcast equipment. I've crutched everybody. And so God said, you need to cut the cord. And I thought, cut the cord? And he goes, yeah, cut the cord. And so this year I'm cutting the cord as far as you're not going to be able to use it the old way. We only want you to be able to do it with the fancy equipment and be on Facebook Live and YouTube also when you're live, so that around the world with technology, somebody can be listening, somebody can be getting saved. I want to bring back the salvation prayers over the air. And so I want people to record new salvation prayers that run throughout the regular programming so that anybody has an opportunity to bring the Lord into their life. And that's very important to me. And so these are just some things that, over the years you critique and you work on and you do, and then you go, okay, that worked, that didn't. How do I do this? How do I do that? And so I think that that's how he wants me to go into 2026, is with goals, ideas, and to critique. Do what you're doing and do it well. And instead of doing 8 things and doing them okay, let's do something and do it well. And so I feel that I really want to level up on prayer line. I think prayer line is a very special thing here at WAPN. And I want to make sure that we have them all the time and that people are praying for the needs all around the world, because we are a worldwide radio station. Yes, we're in Holly Hill, and yes, we have one in Madison. Good morning, Madison. But with technology, and we stream everything on our website, WAPN.net. We have an Apple app, WAPN Radio. We YouTube, we Instagram, we Facebook. And so you can find us on lots of different platforms. We're not on all the platforms. I'm not on TikTok and a couple other ones, but we are on a good chunk of the platforms. And the purpose of that is to win souls to Christ and to pray for you. Same thing we started out with 40 years ago. We've just brought it up to technology. And so I was just talking to somebody before I went on the air. I don't even know how it all works. And I know that sounds funny when I say that, but I have smart people around me that keep everything working. That's what they do. And so I appreciate having people that have come alongside of WAPN, encouraged WAPN, went with my crazy ideas and said, let's go for it. And I walk around this place and I'm in awe of the goodness of God and the favor of God. And I think, we started out in a little yellow shack 40-something years ago. And when I say 40-something, because we had to start before we started. Before we actually went on the air, we had to build it up in cassettes. And now you don't even have music in your hands anymore. It's a download, it's a whatever. And so it's really neat to see. And I love getting the phone calls from around the world that you're listening and that you take us with you. So don't stop calling us. Don't stop texting me. Don't stop, sending me that message. I love it. Every week, Dexter from another state calls me and he gives me his little list. And the other day I was talking to Miss Imogene. She was watching us on YouTube, and that was such a blessing. So if anything, these last few weeks have encouraged me to keep everything going and to keep making it the best of the best and the best of everything. And so look out. Who knows what I'm going to do in 2026, but I do know that we're going to keep going. And I do know that God's going to keep believing and praying and encouraging and strengthening us and giving us the hallelujah and giving us grace where we need grace and pushing us forward. We're listening to WAPN, and let's get our favor on and get this day going. God is working out everything for your good. No matter what does or doesn't happen, just keep on believing for the favor of God in your life. I've got the favor of God in my life. I know that he's working it out and he's doing great things here at WAPN. It is Tuesday, December 30th, 2025. The weather, like I said, 42 this morning when I came into work. The high of only 57. Cold shelters are available. Madison, 35 with a low of 50. If it's your birthday today, it's a special person in my life, couple special people. Bernadette, who is Holy Grounds on Wednesday at 10 a.m. So it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Bernadette. Robin, one of my listeners that always encourages me about music. So happy birthday, Robin. You're an encourager, you're an exhorter. I appreciate you so much. And of course, Nancy and Elizabeth and everybody else celebrating a birthday, anniversary, whatever you're celebrating. And yes, the day I have to get blood work, of course it's going to be about food. It's Happy Bacon Day. Yeah, so enjoy your bacon, folks. I'm going to grab something as soon as I get my blood work done. Well, y'all, I'm out of here. I got to